Hey, this is Chris. Now, in this video, I'm going to be sharing the 5 or 6 areas I think you need to be focused on when selecting an online investment service or robo-advisor to manage your money. Now, the first thing you need to think about when you're investing is, are you a DIYer? Do you want to manage your investments yourself? Pick the right things to be investing in, manage that portfolio over time, or do you want someone else to do this for you? And for the sake of this video, I'm going to be focusing on that second group, which are people that want to outsource their investing, and that's where an automated investing service or robo-advisor can fit in. Now, the first area that you should be thinking about is the track record of returns or performance from the robo-advisor you're looking at. Now, StockSpot was the first robo-advisor to launch in Australia back in 2014. The longest track record you're probably going to see from any robo-advisor is back to that date. But you want to have a look at their performance over longer periods of time, at least 3 to 5 years, to have a look at how the portfolios have performed in good times as well as in bad times. And in those bad times, like during the market crash of March 2020, how do the portfolios perform compared to something like Australian shares? And what you want to see is a lot of protection from those portfolios due to having defensive asset classes like bonds and gold. Now, in addition to that, when it comes to performance, you want to have a look at whether the performance reported by the online investing service or robo-advisor is actually an after-fee return, not a before-fee return. And something I have noticed is there are some services out there that only really advertise their before-fee return and don't actually include some membership costs that are obligatory for people to pay and come out of your bank account, but don't actually get included in your return. So focus on returns, focus on after-fee returns, and also make sure you're comparing like for like. So if you're looking at one portfolio that is 70% growth assets and 30% defensive assets, make sure you're also comparing that to another portfolio with a similar level of growth and defensive assets. Now, the second area that you want to be thinking about is fees. Now, online investing services or robo-advisors charge fees in all sorts of different ways. Fixed monthly fees, variable percentage fees, combinations of both of these. What you want to get a handle of is, what is that fee as a percentage of the amount you're investing, and what does it include? Does it mean that your portfolio is automatically invested for and rebalanced daily? Do you have to wait longer for that to happen? And what else is included in that fee? And what else might be hidden and not actually charged in that fee, but charged somewhere else? And things like netting spreads are a good example of revenue that's captured by some automated services that isn't really seen by you, isn't counted in fees, but actually essentially comes out of your return. Now, fees is the second one. The third thing I'd be looking at is, how much can your portfolio be customized, and do you want it to be customized? Now, automated investing services started by just offering a range of low-cost ETF-based portfolios, but they've broadened over time. For instance, at StockSpot, we now offer the ability to customize your portfolio with themes, which is like adding other investments that you're interested in, like dividend shares or US tech shares or other market thematics like that. And we also allow people to invest in sustainable portfolios. Now, if these sorts of customizations are relevant or important to you, then you might want to look out for them. If not, what you'll find is most automated services do at least provide a basic portfolio of low-cost ETFs that are well diversified across different asset classes. The next thing to think about is the technology side. So what does the dashboard look like on a web version? What does the app look like? Do they have an app? Do they have one for iOS? Do they have one for Android? What does it look like? How regularly is it updated? What sort of details can I get from there? There are some services out there that have brilliant apps. There are some services that don't have an app at all. If that's important to you, you want to find it out before you start investing. And then finally, what other features and services are important to you? So every online investment service or robo-advisor offers something slightly different. And these differences may lead to your preferences going one way or another. For instance, is it important that you can track multiple goals at once and have multiple accounts combined where you can toggle easily between these? Is it important that you can invest for your kids or your grandchildren, and pay low fees or no fees at all on those accounts? And what's the tax functionality of the robo-advisor or app? So are they combining all of the ETF statements together to really simplify your tax, or are you having to do that yourself? Because ultimately, the two big things that a robo-advisor will add to your Investing the convenience side, making sure that you have a fantastic portfolio that's managed for you, through up and down markets, all the rebalancing is done and you don't have to think about anything. And the cost side, making sure that all of that is packaged up at a fee that's a lot less than paying a traditional financial advisor. And ultimately, that's what inspired me to start StockSpot, was that I thought there was a great opportunity to provide a digital service that cut out a whole lot of unnecessary costs to give the end investor a great return without a lot of the fluff that came with traditional investing. If you found this video helpful, or you'd like to see other similar videos about investing, you can subscribe below. And if you have any other ideas of things you should be looking for in a robo-advisor, I'd love to hear about them in the comments.